We are on live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm not sure that you are coming now soon, but we're gonna waiting a couple of minutes.
Right.
In case that you just come for the first time, this is our live channel from Pinklotus-Foundation. We plan to do it once a month or twice a month, depending on how we're gonna do it. This topic today is about voice it out. I'm here with Gig, which is we are in the operation of Pinklotus-Foundation, and today we're gonna talking heart to heart together about the topic of voice it out. How is it that we could do, and what is it that it called voice it out?
Alright, guys. Right now we are with Christy, a Pimonton MCC. Hello, Christy.
Hi.
Well, totally. I'm very excited today that we can have a live. After we did last episode about Pinklotus-Foundation, what we are doing and what we are looking for. Hello.
Hello, Janet. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much for watching. Right now we have some people watching with us. Welcome, guys.
Yes, we like to have this live session to be as interactive as it is. I'm gonna talk and share what I'm doing for the past 10 years on coaching, training, and facilitator on the topic of voice it out, and then ask your guide. And if you have any question, if you have any concern, any comments, just chat with us. Thank you for letting me know that you are on, and also the session is recording. You can see it after the session as well. Yeah.
And today's sessions, voice it out, I think is perfect for our women and children. I also have a very difficult to speak it on my mind. Sometimes I found it very difficult to say what it wants. I'm not sure why, and today we're going to know it with Christy.
All right.
So Christy, voice it out, I think it's from your definition.
Pretty much it's my words, because all this year that I become a professional coach and trainer and facilitator, I work through my own self first, and then I'm able to help others with how to deliver what we think in our mind. And the ability of voice it out is not just for women or for children, it's also with men.
Okay.
It's every gender on earth, LGBT and everything. Yeah, you need to be able to say what you mean with a calm and elegant way that be able to. So practically, we're gonna talk about first and learn to that what is it that call voice it out,
Right.
and what is it that call not voice it out. Okay.
Right.
So pretty much it's like, okay, let's see it this way. Imagine that you go back home, and then your room was intruded by one of your family to take your beautiful trouser or dress or whatever personal thing to be taken. And then they say that they borrow it without asking it first, and then we just strung with that and then stop not saying anything, and then build it up in our heart that this is not cool, but I'm a sister, I'm a brother, I'm a mother, I'm everything, and then we don't say it. That is called suppressing. That is called suppressing. So, and then one day this behavior is happening on and on and on, and then it's get exploded. Boom. You say something that, how dare you take it my personal thing? This is not cool. How you do that? That is called aggressive. It's called noise it out.
I was like that before, actually.
Yeah, pretty much people changing from passive, which is not talking, or bleh, which is screaming, be crazy.
Right.
But today we're gonna learn about how we're gonna voice it out in the calm, in the elegant way, in the way that the other person can receive the message. I say that can receive the message. Now, don't know what they're gonna do with that message. Okay. Okay.
So
All All right. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Every one of us have to be
So
like that.
basically, voice it out is ability to speak
Mm-hmm.
our mind.
Yes.
And what is not voice it out is when we have a chance to say, we just say it with our frustration.
When what is voice it out is sometimes is majority of the time that we do not plan to say it. We just suffocated, had enough, and then yelling, screaming, and then making it like. Have you ever lost it? I think everyone lost it. Thinking about the workplace that you see the calm boss not saying very nice, very cool, and then one day he just slammed his hand in the middle of the meeting room, and then blah 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 blah, blah everything that he's stuck on that. So that is called lost it. It's noise it out. So when people see that they misunderstood that, oh, how come the calm person they become aggressive and be bad like that? But because of, we are human being, we have up and down and turn and different way. We have the right to angry, we have the right to love, we have the right to sad. But how long does it cost to maintain that emotion? If we process those emotions healthy, those angry will become healthy angry. Just an expression proportion wise, not out of proportion, and then causing us job, loved one, relationship, and everything. You can name it, right? With the relationship, like maybe your lover, your partner did something that is annoying you again and again and again and again, like he or she never put the clothes back to the basket, or she always use her makeup all over the shower and never keep it, and then that is like again and again and again, which is things could be handled differently if you say it, honey, can you collect your guy like to say shit, but anyway, can you collect your cosmetic and back to the place so I can have a space? If you say that in the early day, you wouldn't lose it.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's already in the situation.
Yes. But if you put up or เกรงใจ in Thai, or like I'm gonna hurt her feeling or his feeling, and not saying it again and again and again and again, that was like, it's waiting for a bomb to explode. So what else is not voice it out? It's gossiping, like okay. So what if suppose A is one of our colleague, and A is do something that is not nice. Instead of me talking to A directly, that's what A should be done. So I turn out to talk to Gig, saying that, look at A, he's like this and this and this and this and this. Do you think change is gonna happen?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So that is not called voice it out, gossiping. And what else is not voice it out is the opinions of other. Your opinions to other, that is not need, that required. So for example, A again come to work with fancy clothes. That is not broken the rule or anything, any mean in the office, but he come with the bright color. Instead of, it's annoying you because of that down you might something, which is I don't know, but that is somehow you need to look through yourself, not gossiping or criticizing or make an opinion toward his behavior. So that is not voice it out. Voice it out is blaming, is not blaming other as well. So now we knowing what is not voice it out. Am I clear? Do you have anything to ask me about this?
So if we put it together, noise it out. Oh, no, sorry.
Voice it out.
What it is not voice it out is noise it out, gossiping, or have opinions of others. It's kind of like judgment.
Sort of judgment and blaming.
Yes.
And gossiping.
And gossiping.
And rush rash emotional anger, sad or out of proportion, that is not voice it out. Pretty much I call it noise it out because it's so noisy that we didn't know what is the context of that. So that's what it is. So now can we go further to what is called voice it out?
Absolutely, I would like to know.
All right, okay. And guys, if you have any question, any comment, just share with us, okay?
Right.
So voice it out is the ability to form what we have in our mind, to be in the kind, calm, elegant, and say it, share it about our way of thinking to ourselves, to the certain topic that is matter and affect with us, what it is. So let's say that there is a change in the organization, and then my table is moving without asking me or communicating to me. They move my table to the different corner that I'm not happy with. Okay, what is not voice it out is just suppress it, not saying it. I'm not happy with this, but I'm gonna
Like
freaking
you just
sit it.
keep quiet.
Yeah, keep quiet and sit there, and then you keep angry it, build it up day by day and day by day, and then one day those people who move your table coming in and then give you wrong drink, and then that you burst it out. So that is
Noise it out.
aggressive, right? So we talk about assertive is how we speak it normal
Yes.
with a certain. The other one by not speaking is passive. But when we lavish our emotion through them, boom, that is aggressive. So that is, you see the rhythm? Now, what is not voice it out is the aggressive and the passive, right? So now what is voice it out? So when I walk in and then I'm noticing that my table is being moved to the other zone. So that is the calm of, acknowledge the emotion that rising. This is not cool. My table is not there, and how come they get into my personal thing without asking me? So I'm gonna look for the responsible person and then walk to them and then ask them that what is happening with this. So the first word that you can voice it out is ask for the fact. What is happening here? Can you please explain? Yeah, like, we want to use that table, we want to use that space, so we move your thing. So that's without telling me before doing that and get into my personal stuff. Do not misunderstand the fact that be delivery straightforward with calmness. Like you moving my thing without asking me. That is a fact, right?
Right.
Many people cannot say that because thinking that that is not good, but compare with what they did, right? We need to own ourselves and then talk to that. That's how to voice it out. That one thing. Is your guy getting it, or do I need to expand anything more? Okay.
I have a question. So
Please.
how we know that what emotion we have right now? Because if this situation happens to me, first I might lose it.
Okay.
And I would do like maybe I keep quiet or maybe I yell to them. And how we know that this is the time we need to calm down.
Okay, all right. So that was like the personal identity, the personal boundary, the everything that is about us being intruded, and then we get some uneasy feeling. We get some uneasy feeling in us. Don't trying to pinpoint, just acknowledge that this is feel very strange and this is not quite right for what is happening. Just acknowledge that.
Okay.
Acknowledge that feeling for a while. Let it sink for a while and then think through that what is happening here. And then once when you give a couple, I guarantee, give you a couple minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes, like I feel strange. I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, let's look through this feeling. Okay, I feel disappointed. I feel that my right is being disturbed. I feel upset. I feel angry. So you see that is a step. But usually when people being intrude in this, they will lavish or keep it quiet because of they afraid that they're gonna explode.
Yes.
Just acknowledge that I'm angry.
So you must let ourselves think a bit.
We must let ourselves to process that feeling. Let the body feel. Let ourselves to feel what is actually happening. You know where I'm coming from? Just majority of our people that have a problem is because of we rush into to not feel it or to passing it. The feeling is not like that. You cannot just walk past with it. No, you can't. You need to go through with it and how to say, at least let yourself know what you actually feel. And then, once when you accept that what is feel, what do you feel? And then like, I don't like my table to be moved there. Okay, so that is, what is your outcome that you want? Ask yourself this question, what is the outcome that you want? I want my table back to where I am. That is my outcome. So, whom I should talk to get my outcome? And you stand your ground. But without processing your emotion, it's unable to be able to process the emotion. All right, I think we have some comment here.
So Shianit said that I like the idea, ask for the reasons. It really work with my colleague.
Yes, and this is work in the workplace and also very, very effective in the relationship. So for example, your loved one promised you something and then he or she cannot do that. And then once when he or she cannot do that, they just keep quiet and make it like disappear.
Yes.
Yeah. That was happen in every relationship, not just the lover, not just the husband and wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend. But that is the time that you have to acknowledge. Not become like little girl or little boy by
wondering.
Suppress it, like she broke her promise and not saying it, or he
Right.
broke his promise to me. So you address that. The first thing of voice it out to address the behavior with your calmness. You need to sit down and be cool with it. That what actually went wrong here. What do we need to talk about it? And talk it normal, not like just I'm not talking, and I'm talking, and then weeks later it's just like you this and this and this and this and this and this and that, and then you yelling him, crying at him, and punch him sometime.
This is a very good example because I think many people they just expect that will happen as they promise, but when it will not happen, so we just expect, and everything that he or she does and it doesn't serve our expectations, so we kind of like right,
like become like this is common sense, why he doesn't get it, why he doesn't and she doesn't get it. But common sense that never been communicated, or common sense that you never address that this is not cool, not right to do. Voice it out is a key thing to set your boundary. Right? In every relationship, even in the family of you live with your parents, and then the parents just so used to when we were so kid, like little one, and then when they get the letter from a postman, and then they open the envelope. Because of when we were 2 or 3 years old, he did that. Of 10 years old, they did that. But when is the time? That was the time that you need to talk that mom, that I need the privacy, respect privacy in that sense. You cannot imagine that they understood by not saying that and then back it out in yourself saying and then angrier and angrier. So it's not gonna work in that way. So the healthy boundary that you can voice it out is just saying that, mother, I would recommend, I would ask you to respect my privacy with the envelope and everything. I would like to be able to open it first, and then we can talk about that. It just like sometimes I'm afraid that it might miss it. So I ask you to be able to respect my privacy. Calm. But if you let her doing that again and again and again, it might be somehow what I say, because come to the point that you yelling at her, and then mother or father start crying because of you hurting that feeling. So that is another thing. So the why voice it out is important, because it's keep you peaceful with your boundary. You in control with your own self. You respect your own standard. Everyone have to have a standard. The only way that you can have a standard is by practicing communicating that in the calm and elegant way, not just stop talking and demand that he or she or whatever and whomever need to do certain thing without communicate. That is not called standard. Yep. Thank you. All right.
Francis, thank you. The
Thank
theory excellent, but it's hard to do in practice.
Okay.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Okay. Yeah, it is like a theory, Francis, and also it is just to acknowledge our feeling first and foremost. So that is a practical one. If we able to acknowledge our own feeling, which is like just say that self-awareness, aware of what we feel at this moment, and then let it sink for a bit, because I guarantee not many people able to let yourself feel.
True.
Yeah, think about these little guys or little girls that when they did something wrong and their parents saying, stop it, stop, don't cry.
Yes.
Like, do you see my picture? Do you see the picture? Stop it, don't cry. What is happening? The parent, I'm not saying every parent, now I say that parents is teaching the kids to suppress their emotion, and indirectly teaching the kids to think that expressing the emotion is a bad thing.
I have that before.
Yeah, which is majority of the society do that. So give yourself a chance to shine and acknowledge and make self-aware of our feeling, so we can spread that right and that space to other people to feel the awareness of their own feeling. Not many people able to give that to people. So that was like the first thing. And yes, Francis, it look like a theory, but it's until you practice it often and often, and that it will become installed in your subconscious mind and in your conscious mind. We'll talk about that to the next episode. That is quite long and involved with it. Okay, so that we can practice it. Like, I would suggest you to look into that. What is bugging you the most?
You mean emotions?
Yes,
or?
I mean, what situation that bugging you or frustrated you the most? that is the place to start to acknowledge your feeling, right? In the past, I used to have a frustration on noisy places. That is, I couldn't function. When it's so noisy, I'm just like that. And then until I sit down, and when it's so noisy, I'm like, sit down, and then I'm like, what do I feel right now? It just annoying my brain, annoying my present. What is this happening? Yeah, so this happened to me. I'm annoyed. Am I gonna sit here and then let this environment annoying me? Can I do anything about it? Can I tell the people that make noisy, which is about 30 people that in the market, I'm in the wrong place, so I better move myself back to the place that I feel serenity. Okay, but if this noisy happening in my home, like 3 people start fighting, and then I said that, hey, can you move this fighting somewhere else? But if they don't listen to me, rooms that are in the house, there are so many rooms, you just move your rooms.
Right.
Yeah, but if you don't first acknowledge yourself, what you feel, you couldn't go on through the process. I'm not like the process, to be honest, but we need a process to be able to function in so many things. Yeah, okay, so
what prevents us from what we mean when we try to speak out of our mind?
okay, what prevents us from voice it out? Suppressive, which is we call passive. We stop talking and be little one, and not talking and building up. I have a lot of clients who's like never talk at all, whether their parents, their lovers say anything that they annoy, they're not saying anything, not saying once, not saying twice, not saying anything 3rd time, 4th time, 10th time. And then the feeling to that person toward is become hatred, which is very difficult to deal with it. And do you know, guys, do you think the person that used to tell or command us and we receive it without saying anything, do you think they know that we don't want it?
No.
They might have a hunch a little bit that we don't know, but we put up, we suck up with it, right? When we suck up with it, that means you surrender with that. So whom do you complain? A part of yourself who take it on yourself. So the very first thing to acknowledge and self-awareness, like Jess just say, and that will not be how to say just the theory. We can go on and on, but this is a practicing. You remember the time that you trying to speak the foreign languages? It doesn't happen in one night, right?
Yes, like a year.
Like a year. But the good news about it, when we build a new habit, like when we want to brush our teeth in a different way, it took us about maybe 5 or 10 times that we experienced that. Or remember the time that we able to ride a bicycle? It took us, heavily falling down about 5 times, and we good with it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just practice it, and do not expect perfect. Everything is a progression all along the way, because when you're doing it, like usually you stop, you're not talking, but this time you acknowledge that you feel this thing, but you're still frozen. You cannot saying anything. Just tap on yourself and saying that, oh, that's good, darling. You at least you know what you feel this round. Okay, and if you cannot speak it straight away, later on you can come in later and talk to your partner like, hey honey, this afternoon that this thing happened, I want to share something, may I share with it?
Ask a permission.
Ask a permission. Yeah, when you're gonna voice it out, sometimes you need to ask permission. So that is how you prepare the receiver to be ready to listen on what you want to voice it out. always ask the permission. I ask permission with my husband all the time, and he also asks permission to me when he wants to share anything. Even with gig, right? We
Yes.
talk with the direct feedback, and then the world is so easy because we know that it's easy to sharing without have to bulk it up, bulk it up to be a big, huge emotion, right? Okay. So guys, I want you to do one exercise with me together. Just this is a good exercise in front of the mirror, okay? But I'm doing this with you. My name is Christy. I love and approve me.
My name is Gabe. I love and approve me.
This is a powerful thing. I will give you 1 minute to do this together. My name is Christy. I love and appreciate and approve me. Can anyone tell me that what do you feel in that?
May I share?
Please.
I feel safe.
Feel
Like
safe.
safe to be myself. And I can see myself with a calm and very still. And I feel that there's a lot of space that we can explore.
Very nice. Thank you. You feel happy, Shayani? Yes, very nice. When I say it, even I doing this example every day, when I say, my name is Christy, I love, appreciate, and approve me. So, my definition is, whatever I do, I approve it to me, and I love me, I have my own back. So I don't need to run after anyone to ask for my approval. So it's a very good example and practicing that you can do it for yourself in the mirror, at the mirror, like daily. Look at in your own eyes. This exercise will be very, very good when you be naked on your own, okay? When you be naked in the bathroom, and then, my name is Christy. I love and approve and appreciate everything about me. You're thinking about that. Can you see yourself naked in your mind?
Yes.
Right. So if we approve ourselves, the ability to voice it out and acknowledge the feeling, it will be much easier.
It's like we respect ourselves and love ourselves at our own heart.
Yes, our own heart, without we have to, because majority of humans, including us, naked. Yes, naked. It's a personal practicing that you do it yourself, or you can do it with your lover, your husband, your wife. That can do it, because that is so powerful. Has anyone being naked and standing in front of the mirror often and say that you love yourself, you approve every single thing, bit and bobs, and too much and too less about yourself? Have anyone? That a common thing that we do? But God, if you do that, that is super powerful. With that one.
No, for me, my honesty, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Yes,
yet.
Not yet.
But we can begin the new person every minute of every day. No, every second of every day by making a different decision. Right? So, yeah, whatever age, whatever gender, whatever time zone, whatever thing. Yeah, with that. So, what else? Do we have any sharing? Is there anyone feel differently when you say that you love and approve yourself?
Yes, Shayani said calm, peaceful, and fulfilled.
Yes, so that's a good, if that's a good feeling, you should voice it out to yourself first, and then your ability to voice it out with others will be better and better. Okay.
So right now we're talking about what it is, what is voice it out, and what is not voice it out.
Okay.
And we talk about when to voice it out and why.
Okay. Why?
Why we need to.
Imagine that if we just keep everything to ourselves and we live alone, we don't associate with other human being, it will be okay, right? Because of we can serve our own need and want. But majority of our people and ourselves, it's very rarely that we acknowledge that, voice it out. And when we ignore the voice in our head, like for example at work, you know that you can become promoted to the next level, but you need to walk to your management to tell that I want to be promoted, right? Because they might look across you, look over you, and look outside to promote someone else but you, because they never see or never noticing that you want it. So that is called ignoring your inner voice. If you do not do the voice it out, that will make yourself dying inside.
Is that a consequence of ignoring it?
It is a consequence. You can live, you have a life, but you don't live it. You don't live it. Because remember the last time that you suffocate in some relationship, but you're afraid to say it out loud that it's not working, and then you put up with it, put up with it, put up with it. How's that feel? Does that feel like dying? Or you cannot sustain your parents anymore. They've been, their restriction is never been reducing from when you were 10 up until now you're 30 something. They're still expecting, but you never communicate to them that as much as you love them, you need to breathe by asking this and this and this, and then you blame them because deep down you cannot live your fullest life. You're blaming people that they might love you the most and you might love them the most, and that is not really good for anyone without telling something that happened. But before we telling, what we need to do, acknowledge our own need, own feeling, and then be able to talk through with that. So yeah, dying inside, and then hate the person that you love the most, and didn't want to be around with them anymore. So that is dying inside and not living the life fulfilling, and you never realized your true potential. Because you could be someone, something in your mind, but you didn't ask for, didn't tell, didn't communicate when it need be, to be able to uplifting yourself to be someone and something good and great.
Right, we all want to be a better person.
Yeah, we all want, like, your relationship with your partner is always good, but one day you always want him to make surprise for you, but you never communicate with him that, darling, I love a surprise. Yeah, there are so many ways to communicate and voice it out. I think one time my own sister teaching me, because I love flower, and I don't know that how to get the flower from my husband yet. At the time he just a boyfriend. So one day in my event, my sister sent the flower to me at my own event, and then just make me like a flower blooming, and with that face and with that smile, my husband realized that, oh, she loved this flower so much, and I said that, oh, I have to thank my sister so much about this, and since then he constantly send me flower.
I have seen that.
Yeah,
yes.
Because of that is being communicated, maybe indirect way or direct way. You need to find a way to acknowledge in the good thing, because voice it out is never gonna be a bad thing or negative. Voice it out always. You can voice it out that, hey, I think our relationship is so great. I just want us to go on the adventure together. Would you like to go with me? Something like that. But without like, I'm not gonna say it's something that he should know, that I love adventure, and then you make up your mind that he's gonna take you on adventure someday, but you never communicate, right? Also with the kid, especially with the younger one, you should ramp it up like super or top notch when they did something good. Like, oh darling, you are so great, I'm so proud of you. I bet they will keep doing that even more and even more. Negative, voice it out, is how we have to manage our emotion thoroughly before we able to voice it out. But positive, voice it out, we should ramp it up to the next notch, because of we love everyone, want to hear the positive thing, right?
Right.
So why we not making everyone feel great? Like, and I have that philosophy since, and I remember with my father when he's still alive, I'm the one that introduced the hugging in the not hugging, hugging in the family. And each time, the first time that I hug him, he's like very Thai traditional. He couldn't handle it. He leave his hand on my face and then pushing away. But I know, I can see it in his face that he loved it.
He
He
wants
wants
it,
it, but he's like shy. But that has become something that we voice it out. Voice it out is not just wording. Verbal. Voice it out is come from the facial expression. It's come from the hand gesture. It's come from the feeling. And talking a metaphysic or scientific, is the energy. Guys, when people feeling good to you without saying anything, do you feel the feeling good? Have you ever noticing that? Anyone want to share with me that you can feel the vibe of good vibe from someone, or you can feel from the strange frequency from someone else as well?
Yes, for me, I can see it from their eyes. Like their eyes would brighter.
Yeah. See, so that is how important to voice it out. So we shouldn't miss any single day to not voice it out by everything, words, feeling, physical, and everything that we can do, right?
So if you have any questions, just let us know. You can type it, and we will ask your question and answer your question. You have a very good time with Christy right now. So
Yep.
What else?
Yeah, through the agenda we pretty much go through everything, and then I'm just gonna focus on where and whom that we're gonna voice it out. Okay, so if it's a complication of voice it out, quite negative and emotional, you should voice it out in the private room, in the private space, not to voice it out to your boss that he didn't do something that he should do in terms of in the middle of the meeting room. That is not voice it out. It's a noise it out with the disrespect. Every time you voice it out, you have to respect the other person. If you're trying to tell someone that someone doing anything wrong, that is not called voice it out. It's called giving a feedback, which is a different topic at this moment in time. Okay, so we're talking about only what we feel that the other person or party need to know and realize. We doing voice it out to set the boundary, to set our own standard, to set our price. Like, for example, you're going to the job interview and then they say to you that under this circumstance, from normally that your position should charge 50,000 baht, you should get 30,000 baht. And then you put up with that recruiter and then accepting that below your mean. So whose fault? Except you one, right? If you say and value your own self, you would say that I still stick with my 50,000 a month, and I believe that that is the client that want to hire me in that once. So at least you speak to this recruiter frankly, and if she accept or he accept or not accept, you know when how to move on with a different one.
So basically, voice it out. We respect ourselves first and acknowledge our emotions, and then we communicate with others what your outcome with your calm and your serenity, and you respect others.
We communicate our own need and want and expectation with respect and calm to the people that be with us. So that is pretty much how we voice it out, and it's a skill that you need to build, like exercise to the gym. You cannot expect building the muscle in one day of exercise. It need to be a couple of days in the week. But if you make it, do it bit by bit. Do it, just acknowledge yourself that, oh, I'm so good this time. I didn't lavish my anger to my mother this time. I'm very good this time. So I'm good, but I say something that may I come back to talk to you later. Let me thought process through this way with that. So that is a one shift, and then maybe next 2 times you can say it out loud straight away by, Mother, can you please not open my envelope? I just don't feel that is good for us. Yeah, give yourself a time, give yourself a way to be able to do so.
So you guys, if you have any questions or any things to share with us, so we can answer your questions and talk through it.
Oh, I have a example. I mean, I work with a lot of people that have a challenging inner emotion, and also myself, I was one of them before. So when you're receiving any negative maybe criticism, maybe messages, maybe email, maybe anything that is a message or phone call, just acknowledge that is happened without taking it, because it might not be true, or might be true a little bit, or might be not true at all. Just acknowledge that this has happened, and give yourself a time and process, and acknowledge that you're upset that this person sending you this long message or anything, and then just give yourself a time and space to be able to answer that when you're ready, to answer it with calm, kind, elegantly, and voice it out with that way. So we don't need to rush saying anything at that speed. We have our own right to be able to say and answer that on our own term and our own time. So have that right, acknowledge that for yourself. You might read it, you might listen it, but you're not in the mood to answer it, and it's okay. You could take time in the whole wide world to be ready in your state to answer that. So that is one thing that I want to leave with it to you guys. And also the way to acknowledge and learn about your voice it out is, are you passiving, which is not talking, suppressing, not saying anything? That called passive. Look at in the back, right? Passive. Or are you aggressive, yelling, smashing, throwing many things, throwing glass to the other person, punching the people? Are you aggressive? Voice it out, trying to noise it out. Not saying anything, passive. Saying so long, not saying, noise it out, lavishing the emotion is called aggressive. And the last one is assertive. You acknowledge what you feel. Make a self-awareness what you feel. And make an understanding that what is went wrong, and then what it should be. So when you're ready and in that state, you assertive, saying that, hey guys, that table that you move, it's not okay. You never asked my permission, and I do not want to move there. You better move it back. That's all. I want my place back. and then they will come to negotiation, or you come back to your home and saying that, honey, the day that you forget our dinner, I'm angry and I'm upsetting. I felt that you disrespect me. I demand something to compensate that. Yeah. Something like that, rather than like crying, punching or throwing or messing the home or not talking to him. Just do that. Honor yourself is the best thing. That's why the exercise is, my name is Christy. I love me. I approve me. I appreciate me. And I know I did my best every day. So I really, if you can get anything today, take one thing. It's just doing this exercise. You don't need to get naked. You just do it when you make up, or when you just before getting out of the home, and then doing that, it will set your day right. Set your day that you honor and acknowledge what you feel daily. So we are the foundation, Pinklotus-Foundation. We train and coach our coaches to sending other coaches to work with a couple of other foundation that work with women and children. We already operate with AAT, which is in Thai Community Pitak Ying, which is anti-alliance trafficking, which is preventing people from selling women. Pretty much, we work with them already. We start working with another 2 foundation this coming year. I'll just get the confirmation by Ban Tawan Mai, and also with we planning to work with Ban Lang On, Ban Dek On Lang Sit, which is all the orphanage and the kids foundation that we're gonna send the coach and work with it to the core and the essence of what human needed. And we all need the recommendation, we all need the CSR program, and if you like to be part of it, just send us the message. And I work one-on-one as well. Pinklotus-Foundation have heavily support from Coachology, which is sending all the certified coaches to do this pro bono work. If you want to be part of it, let us know. If you want to do the personal development and then go to the next level, you go to Coachology YouTube for free. We have a webinar, and we have a coming webinar as well. So if you like to do, just let us know.
Yes, so for webinar, we will meet Coach Luke Salve on 28th January. Next week.
Okay, so that is like how we like to lift up each other. And if you see me or gig outside, or you can contact me by Facebook or anything, that up to you. So we like to connect, and thank you very much for your time to join us, and I'm very honored and happy to be with you guys. Thank you very much, and remember, I love me, honor, approve, and appreciate me daily, and your life will go to the next level. I wish you a very happy New Year's, and getting the starting with the uncertain time, that with the right mindset and right tone of your days, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. We see next episode. And if you have any progress about Voice It Out, you can tell me later. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.